What's up, YouTube? Big Shill back in the building. Today I got a banger for you. I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my top five picks of 2026 when it comes to crypto. Some of these you may have heard of, some of these you may have not, but these are what I think as an investor your money should go to when you're talking about crypto. All right. I know the market right now is not in the best state, but sometimes that's the best time to buy. Pretty much all the time. If you are an investor in crypto, if you believe in crypto, if this is a space you want to be in, then this is the best time to buy. I bought some yesterday and I probably will be buying some more. I have and hold all the coins I have in this video that I'm going to be sharing and showing with you guys. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And my perspective right now, this is going to be a slow money, better than no money type of video. These are not get rich quick schemes. I do have some more higher risk, high reward plays in this. I put them in order, I believe, from most beneficial to least beneficial. I think all of these are beneficial. I don't think you can go wrong with any of these picks I'm going to be sharing with you. And I will give you detailed information on why I believe each one of these has value. This may be a little bit longer of one of my longer videos, but it's going to be jam packed with information and it's going to be well worth the watch. If you are a beginner to crypto, this is going to be something that's great for you. If you are an experienced crypto person, this will still benefit you. I've seen a lot of good top crypto pick videos of 2026. I think mine will be one of the better ones. Um, and just the reason why is because I've been in the game for a little bit and I think I know what I'm talking about. And this market right now is on a downward turn. But once it turns around, if you are in good position, then you don't have to really do anything. You could just go to sleep, wake up, and see the money go up. All right. So that's the goal. Our goal right now is to buy while it's in the red. Even if you're in the red, even if your portfolio is in the red, you should still be buying right now if you believe in crypto. And I hope if you're watching this video, you are a believer. Um, so with that being said, let's get right into it, y'all. We're gonna start it off by looking at Coin Market Cap. As you can see, if we look at the fear and greed index, it's extreme fear. People are scared right now. People are scared to buy crypto, and that is honestly sometimes the best time to buy. Extreme fear can lead to the market going down a lot more, but that's okay, right? This is not, like I said, this is not a long term flip. These are going to be 1 year to 2 year, maybe even 6 months holds. So with that being said, that's my play. All of these I'm looking to get in from, like I said, a year, 6 months, all the way up to 2 years. Okay. As you can see, the market cap literally cut in half. It was almost at its highest peak. It was almost close to, let's see what we got to, 4.8 trillion. Right now it's at 2.5 trillion. So it almost cut in half. So uh most of these coins were almost at double what they are in terms of value right now. Okay. Solana is under $100. XRP is $1.6. Bitcoin is at $75,000. So I don't know. When you watch this video a year from now, I think these will all have more value. All right. So just looking at the coin market cap, I can definitely see it going up. As you can see, year on year, coin market cap always goes up, right? And you can see sometimes it goes down, it shoots down, but then it always shoots back up. All right. Crypto is still new. It's still early. It's a still early adopter, and I'm gonna get into a lot of reasons why we all know crypto is going back up, even though it's in the red. Will it go down more? It's possible, but will this eventually go above 4.2 trillion? That's definitely gonna happen, okay? Unless there's a major uh uh accident that disrupts the world, which will probably be bad for us anyway. And you won't and money won't save you from a major catastrophe. So as long as the world continues to operate as it has been, then this is gonna shoot back up. So you can't lose, okay? So with that being said, looking at the market cap is good because we can see how the money and how the math is going to play out. It's definitely going to at least double, okay? We can easily see Bitcoin going from 175 to 150,000, if not in this year, within the next 2 years, okay? But I think it's going to happen within a year's time. All right, so let's go back to coin market cap and we're going to get into my coins. All right. So I'm going to just go in order of what I think. Okay. And my first two are going to be Bitcoin and Ethereum. I hold Bitcoin and Ethereum. I bought both this week. I bought 50-50. I bought Bitcoin and I bought Ethereum. Both are great to have and both you should have. Both are going to diversify. Bitcoin is the most reliable, it has the most backing by major big corporations, but Ethereum does not fall far from behind. And I believe Ethereum is going to make a bigger jump than Bitcoin is. So Ethereum has more reward than Bitcoin does, but Bitcoin is something everyone should have in their portfolio, regardless if you can buy a lot or a little. It's an asset that will increase in value. It is extremely undervalued. I think it's still undervalued at 75,000. You know that's crazy to say. It's down 14% in 7 days. It's a great time to enter in. I would say Bitcoin under $1,000, $100,000 is an easy buy. Okay, so I'm gonna 100% say make sure you get you some Bitcoin. I would say 10% of a Bitcoin. If you get 10% of a Bitcoin, you're in a great position. And I know that's a lot of money. That's around like $7,500 right now. But if you just buy a little bit at a time when you can, and slowly but surely, you should get up there. Let's say Bitcoin is at $500,000 eventually, 2, 3, 4 years from now. That you're sitting pretty, okay? So make sure you get you some Bitcoin. All right, and when you buy Bitcoin, that's something you really don't want to sell unless you really need to. Bitcoin is something you want to hold. Bitcoin is a great asset and it's only going to improve. It's going to age like fine wine. Okay? Get you some Bitcoin. All right? It's seen as I got a whole bunch of notes for you guys. So I'm going to be flying through these. I got 3, 4 pages of notes for you guys. I made sure I was on point today. We're not playing today. All right? Bitcoin is seen as digital gold. There's a fixed supply of 21 million Bitcoin, and there's never, ever, ever, ever going to be more. And that 21 million Bitcoin, a lot of it is lost or burned or tarnished or stuck in random wallets. So it's only going to increase more and more and more and be more of a hard attained asset. Right now, every millionaire in the world, there's not enough Bitcoin to go around for every millionaire in the world. Okay, and it's increasing in institutional backing from BlackRock to Morgan Stanley to iShares. They have something called ETFs, which make it easy for people who have like retirement accounts and stuff like that to invest and purchase Bitcoin without having to go through having the private keys and having all those extra things. So Bitcoin is becoming a lot more easier to attain and being supported. All right. So Bitcoin has the most backing. And the US Treasury also has Bitcoin in their treasury. So the US government is backing it. I made a video about that before. It's all called Crypto for Dummies. If you check my channel out, if you're curious, I'm simplified all the crypto for all beginners. And anybody at any level can watch that and come out of that with a great base knowledge of crypto. Okay. Now, these major institutions are big money backing it. Therefore, they are not going to let Bitcoin fail. Bitcoin is too big to fail. So, yes, it's red. Yes, it's going down. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't get some. All right. That means you should. That means this is the best time to buy some. The next time I get paid, I'm buying more. I'm going to be honest with you. Bitcoin stays at the price point it's at. I'm going to be taking advantage of it at a very high level. Okay. Now, I have some cons. I'm not just going to give you all the pros and not the cons. Let's get into some cons. All right. So, it has a lot of volatility. It's not stable yet. Bitcoin is not stable. And that benefits you because you can get in and you can have big gains. You can double your money within 2 years. But also, you have these days where you look at the market and it's all in red and it's shooting down pretty fast and it's painful to watch. So you have to have some grit if you're gonna get into this. You have to have some grit. All right. And it is slower than all the other chains. All the other blockchains, all the other coins are gonna move up and down a lot faster. So there's a lot more room for profit in other coins. But Bitcoin, like I said, is the most reliable. Right? You're getting that reliability when you get into Bitcoin. Okay. Um, So in the future, right? Let's just do a price range. Let's do a price range for Bitcoin. I'm gonna say worst case scenario this year, 60,000. best case scenario 150,000. These are my predictions. You guys tell me if I'm wrong, but that's where I'm saying worst case, best case scenario. All right, and you never lose if you don't sell, right? So let's get into Ethereum. All right, let's take a look at this Ethereum market. Okay, and I'm gonna give you a price prediction for Ethereum too after we look at the chart. All right, so looking at the chart, Ethereum topped out at around 4,700, almost 5,000. It's at 2253 right now. So it's extremely below its all-time high. Okay? It has hit a lot more value in the past. It did that in what, 2022. It did that in 2026. This year it also hit that. All right. So you can see Ethereum has a lot of volatility, but it's, if you look at the chart, it looks like it just is, it's slowly but surely coming up and it's becoming a lot more healthy. Okay, and it was a lot closer to Bitcoin in 2021 when it hit that all-time high, and Bitcoin has broken off. Bitcoin has broken off and has gained a lot more value and a lot higher market cap, and Ethereum used to be right behind Bitcoin. So my prediction is Ethereum will be catching up to Bitcoin and will, like I said, you will be able to make more of a profit from Ethereum than you will Bitcoin, but I think you should have both. So my price prediction for Ethereum, I'm gonna say worst case scenario 2,000, best case scenario 7,000. I do not see it going below 2,000, and if it does, that's a must buy. Ethereum under $2,000 is a must buy. Okay. All right. Let me get into some reasons why. Okay. It is the most important smart contract program. Okay. And I will get into what smart contracts are in a different video. But it is big for NFTs. If you know about NFTs, NFTs are just assets on, are tokenized assets. All right. So you take an asset and you attach it to a token. And you can buy and sell and hold that token on chain, on the crypto blockchain, and you can own it and you can sell it and you can put it in your crypto wallet where it's safe and secure. Okay, NFTs are big. They aren't as lucrative as they once were, but they're growing in popularity. We're seeing like real world assets like Pokemon cards being converted into NFTs and stored in different places, and people are able to buy and sell the NFTs until they're ready to convert that NFT into a real life object. All right, and a lot of um, stable coins are on Ethereum. All right, these stable coins uh, are just basically like coins that reflect the US dollar. The first two are gonna seem like basic ones to some people. Some people may not know, but these are must haves and must buys at this time, if you ask me. All right. And lastly, staking. Staking is very big on Ethereum and it is easy to do. And staking is a form of passive income. It's a great way to get passive income and have your money grow on its own. So if you are not staking your Ethereum, I highly recommend you do that. And I will get into staking Ethereum in the future. I think that might be one of my videos I put out this week, one of the best platforms to stake Ethereum. I will get into that and I will be sharing that with you guys. Okay. Here are some cons for Ethereum. Okay. Some investors do not like Ethereum. Some investors only want to buy Bitcoin. Okay. Bitcoin is the most predominant and the most successful out of them all. Okay. So some people may not want to do that. But like I said, it's going to have the biggest room for growth. With some cons come some pros. With pros come the cons, right? Higher fees and slower than newer blockchains. Some blockchains are going to be faster than Ethereum and have smaller fees, but they're not as established. So you run more of a risk if you involve yourself with them. And the fees on Ethereum, they're really not that high. Okay? So in the future, I can see Ethereum being adopted a lot more and more people getting into Ethereum and diving into it. All right. Because they'll be excited to look at Bitcoin and say, hey, Bitcoin is way too expensive. What's the next best option? The next best option is going to be the number two, which is Ethereum. All right. Now, let's look up my number three coin. This one I am the most excited about, and this one I have a lot of money in. Okay. I would say this is about, I have the most in Bitcoin and Ethereum, but right after that, my investment, the number three in my investment portfolio, and my number three recommendation for you guys is going to be Aster. Aster, I believe, is something I am very bullish on and excited for. Okay. Now, as you can see, all-time high of Aster was around $2.30. I bought Aster at $2, believe it or not, and I bought Aster all the way down. Okay, and I'm gonna continue to buy it. I'm dollar cost averaging into it, which just means you buy what you buy as much as you can whenever you can, and you keep doing that. Okay. And the reason why I'm you buy you as long if the market goes up, you buy up. If the market goes down, you buy down. And the reason why is I can see Aster. Here's my safe prediction, and I'm gonna give you my real prediction. All right. I can see the Aster on the low end staying where it's at, maybe 50%, 50 cents, all the way up to $3.50. But to be honest with you, I could see it even going up to $10, maybe even 15. Okay. And the reason why I say that is it has a small market cap. Right now, the market cap's only at 1.5 billion. Okay. And Aster is the only other chain that has been produced by BNB. Okay. BNB is Binance Smart Chain, and this has a market cap of 103 billion. Okay. Even if Aster becomes half of that, that would shoot Aster up to like $50. Okay. And Aster is backed by BNB, Binance Smart Chain. The person who made BNB is the same person that is promoting and pushing Aster. And this is the only other coin that he's promoted and pushed. And as you can see, BNB is one of the biggest cryptos to ever launch. And it is so big because it is supported by the number one exchange in the world, which is Binance. Binance is the biggest exchange in the world, and that is where the most crypto is bought and sold. And the people who made Binance just made Aster. So this is their newest coin. So I think out of all the coins on my list, this has the biggest potential for growth, and this is why I'm so excited to buy it. Is it a risk? Yes, it is a risk. And that's why I have more Ethereum and Bitcoin. But if Aster blows up, which I think it will, it'll be life changing for a lot of people. So I highly recommend that you get some Aster. I think buying meme coins and coins that are trendy are not the best idea in this market. This market right now is very cutthroat, but there's still a lot of room for growth and to make money if you make smart and wise choices. I think this is one of the wisest choices you can make in 2026 is buying some Aster. If you do not have Aster, highly recommend you get some. If you don't know what it is, highly recommend you look into it. I will be doing a deep dive on Aster specifically, also coming out within the next 30 days, okay? Probably within the next 2 weeks. All right. So I will be doing a video on best ways to stake Ethereum, and I will be going into why you should have some Aster if you don't have it already. Okay? Aster is a decentralized exchange. You do not have to put your name or any of your personal information, and a lot of people like that, okay? Aster is still very new, and adoption is going to help it a lot. Okay, it has a real small ecosystem compared to Bitcoin and Ethereum, but when you find these jewels very early, that's where you can make the big bucks. And my channel is about taking a little bit and making it into a lot. But with this list, I have to be realistic with you guys, okay? Your money's not going to grow as fast as it would um, with Bitcoin and Ethereum as it would with Aster. But I think you should have all three. You put Bitcoin and Ethereum because doubling your money is still good money. I don't care what anybody says, doubling your money is amazing. All right. I think we can be able to double within the next 1 to 2 years with Bitcoin and Ethereum. But Aster has potential to multiply your money by 10. All right. Now, all these are my predictions, but based on the data, I think Aster's going to be a big one, like a very big one. All right, life changing money. All right, these last two, the reason why I put these last two on the list are because they are backed by the US Treasury. The US Treasury has 5 coins in there. Okay, they have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Cardano. Okay, I personally am not recommending XRP. The reason why I'm not recommending XRP is because I feel like the ceiling for XRP is a lot lower than it is for these other coins, which are Cardano and Solana. So let me get into why I think you should have some Cardano. I'm going to put Cardano over Solana, and I will get into why I think Cardano should be over Solana. So Cardano is going to be my number 4, okay? As you can see, Cardano went all the way up to $3, okay? Cardano went up to $3. Right now it's at 30 cents. So that means that it will go up 10 times. So if you put $100 in, you can be looking at $1,000 if it reaches its all-time high. And I think it will eventually surpass its all-time high. Cardano has been struggling to get there, but I think it will get there. Even if it reaches what it hit in the past year, right? If it goes up to $1.20 from 30 cents, that is still a huge jump. Okay, that's almost 4 times. All right, that means if you put $1,000 in, you can expect $4,000. When we look at the Solana chart, I don't see Solana jumping or having that big of a potential for gains. And Cardano is well established, okay? Um, it has a lot of backing in terms of like you know, people supporting it and investors, and it's been around for a very long time. It is one of the very first blockchains to ever exist, and it is still being grown upon and developed upon. So Cardano is a great asset to have just in terms of its potential. It has a lot of potential to grow and make you some money, and that's what we're here for. All right. And I can see just a simple price prediction. I can see it going as low as 20 cents, and I can see it going as high as $2. To go from 29 cents to $2 this year would make some people some life changing money if you invest properly. Okay. All right, so let me get into my last list. And I'm not going all into what all these coins do. Cardano is a great asset to have. It's a great coin to have. I went into a previous video on all about Cardano in my Crypto for Dummies video. But basically, crypto is one of the oldest blockchains. It's established. A lot of people back it and support it. It's had its ups and its downs. Right now, it's a bear market, but I think it's extremely undervalued. And if you're trying to make some money, look into. Obviously, I'm going to put Aster over Cardano, but I think Cardano is definitely something you should look into. All right. Now, lastly, we're going to go with Solana. Okay. Solana has a much higher market cap than Cardano. Solana has a market cap of 5.56 billion. Okay. So Solana is already 5 times higher than Cardano is in terms of market cap. Okay. So it would take a lot more money to pour into Solana for your money to jump as high as it will with Cardano. Now, the all-time high of Solana is around $250, okay? Almost $260. I think Solana is also undervalued right now. It's sitting a little bit under $100. I think any Solana under $100 is a great buy-in point. Okay, as you can see, it plummeted and then it shot back up. Solana has a great ecosystem. There's a lot of things being built on Solana. NFTs are really big on Solana, and that, like I said, those are tokenized assets. There's meme coins. A lot of people have been launching meme coins on Solana. There's Pump Fund. Pump Fund is a way to live stream on Solana and tokenize the live stream, which has been really big for people. A lot of people have been on Pump Fund and been doing really well. There's a lot of things being built on Solana, and it's also a blockchain where a lot of people have been making video games. So there's a lot going well for Solana, and Solana is extremely undervalued, and it's also another asset that is in the US Treasury. So, like I said, this is my order of crypto coins. I'm not gonna make this long. I mean, it is kind of long, but I'm just getting straight to the point. Definitely get you some Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are mandatory. The last three I named, it's up to you how you want to plug and play those. Aster has the biggest potential for growth, in my opinion, just based on the history of Binance and its relationship to Binance. Cardano is extremely undervalued at 30 cents, and I could see it jumping extremely high. If you compare Cardano to Ripple or XRP, which a lot of people like, I feel like Ripple is already, there's too much money in Ripple to see those big growths, those big jumps like you could see in Cardano. And Solana is extremely undervalued under $100. And if it goes below $100 and it continues to go in that way, I would buy it all the way down. All right. I could see it going as low as $50, but I could also see it pop out at $400 at the end of this year. All right. I could see Solana hit all-time highs. I think this market is going to recover, and when it does, people are going to be mad that they missed out and coulda, woulda, shoulda. And people love to buy on the way up, but you're supposed to buy when it's on its way down. Okay. So right now, I believe this market is a great time to buy. I know it's a bear market, but I believe that you guys should definitely be putting your money into these coins. All right. So with that being said, it's your boy Big Shill. I hope y'all have a nice day. Do not be nervous about this. Do not be nervous about where the market is right now. Okay. And I want to share with you guys the importance of patience. And I'm going to end this with a Bible verse. Okay. So the book of James, book 1, okay, verse 2, chapter 4, okay? And this is what it says. Consider it pure joy whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance, okay? And that just pretty much means be patient, trust the process, and if you believe in something, then see it all the way through, okay? So if you guys believe in this market, put your money where your mouth is. Be smart about it and park it in the right place. I gave you guys some good places to park your money. And I'm going to be ending all my videos now with Bible verses that relate to the topic we're talking about. All right? So I want to give you guys as much value as I could in this video. Y'all enjoy your day. It's Big Show.